estate agents. This is real estate coach Craig Proctor, and today we're going to talk about why is it that so many real estate agents fail. I think the latest stats are about 80% of people that get into real estate do not make it to their fifth anniversary. So many are called, but few are chosen. They didn't expect me to succeed in real estate. As you know, I never had any sales experience. I never sold anything, didn't know anything about marketing. When I got into real estate, I did what they told me to do. And that's the mistake I think most of us make is, we take all our courses and we know all the rules and we say to ourselves, I'm going to work hard and really take care of my clients, which we all try to do. So why is it that so many hardworking real estate agents are forced out of this business? We're going to get to why that is here today. And by the way, please check in if you haven't already checked in. Let us know the city and marketplace that you're in. I have a free gift for you all today where we're going to talk about why it is that most real estate agents fail and what to do about it. So it's a free report we're going to share with you. I'm going to get started here with what I believe is the number one mistake, which is not offering anything unique. When we get into the business, we're told to do it a certain way, right? We're told to say to buyers, hey, I can email you the daily updates of the homes on MLS, which of course everybody offers that. Every real estate agent offers that. And more importantly, the buyers don't think they need us for that because the buyers can access that same information online by themselves. What is your big seller offer? Your big seller offer might be, I need listings, or, I'm a great agent. I've lived in this town for 17 years. Or would you like to get a CMA, which they don't even know what that means. Oh, it's a comparative market analysis. Why don't we just say, would you like to know what your house is worth? But again, every real estate agent is offering that to sellers. Would you like a free evaluation? Would you like to know what the homes in your area are selling for? Unfortunately, once again, the homeowners can get that information on their own. So where does that leave us as real estate agents? We can't be just information providers of information that the buyers and sellers already know they can get without us. What you want to offer is something entirely unique. Okay, it has to be something the buyers and sellers really, really want, but it has to be something that they don't know how to get online. It can't be something that they can do a quick Google search on. And your offer, what you're offering buyers and sellers, cannot be the same stuff as everybody else is offering. Okay, so if you're writing this down, the number one mistake that agents make that causes them to fail is they don't have buyers and sellers calling them because they're offering something that the buyers and sellers really want. See, we have to have this thing or things that buyers and sellers want, so they'll do what we want, which is pick up the phone and call us. We need them chasing us. This is why cold calling and buying leads doesn't work. And I know many of you were told to do that. You're probably with me here today because you're tired of cold calling or door knocking and nobody answers the phone anyway. So the behavior of the prospects has changed quite a bit where they're not even answering the phone. So when you're buying your Zillow leads, you're buying your leads from wherever you're buying them, a couple problems. Number one, they don't pick up the phone. Number two, they don't know who you are. They don't know what makes you different or better. So it's an uphill battle. Now, if they don't know who you are and they don't know what makes you different or better, they're not going to do business with you. So these are all reasons why real estate agents are suffering and leaving the business in droves. This can all be changed. Many of you know my story. I started in real estate and did what everyone else does, right? I did what my broker told me to do. I did what my father at the time told me to do. I door knocked, I cold called, I did open houses, I chased expired listings and for sale by owners. And that first year I almost failed. But when I stumbled onto direct response marketing, when I understood what a unique selling proposition was, a unique selling proposition is the thing or things that you offer that differentiate you from every other real estate agent. Once I had that nailed down in my second year of real estate, by year number 3, I was named the number 1 RE/MAX agent in the entire world for commissions earned. So that's quite a bit of change, right? From never selling anything in my life, not knowing anything about marketing, getting my real estate license, failing in that first year. And then 36 months later, within 36 months of having my real estate license, being named the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world for commissions earned. I'm sharing you how I did this, okay? So the further you push yourself away from industry norms, the more money you're going to make. Let me say that again. The further you push yourself against industry norms and standards, the more money you're going to make as a real estate agent. If you look like and you sound like and you behave like a typical real estate agent, you're going to get the same results as typical real estate agents. And I think last year, approximately 50% of real estate agents in the country sold one home or 0 homes. So half the agents sold either one home or 0 homes. Now that the rules have changed with buyer agent compensation, and the buyer agent has to negotiate their fee directly with the buyer, good luck to a lot of these realtors. They will not know how to do this because this actually takes skill. Think of what I just said a minute ago. Half the real estate agents last year, half the agents in the country sold either one home or 0. Okay, that's when they were able to say to buyers, hey, all my services are free. Work with me as a buyer agent. I'll negotiate for you. I'll help you find the right house. I'll take care of all your needs, and you don't have to pay me anything. So even when real estate agents were able to say to the buyer, my services are free, you don't have to pay me anything, they were still selling half of them were selling one house or 0 a year. So good luck when they have to actually be able to articulate their services and differentiate themselves in the buyer's mind, so the buyer will pay them $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000. This is what's going to separate the real estate agents going forward, right? Those that understand marketing and technology, and they understand the concept of leverage, and everybody else. So I expect at least 1 in 3 real estate agents will be pushed out of the business over the next 12 months because they just don't have the skill set. They don't understand how to market themselves. They're not making unique offers to buyers and sellers that buyers and sellers really want. So you might say, well, gee, Craig, what are those offers? What should I be offering? Because I don't want to be forced out of the business. I like real estate. How do I survive? What are the steps? And that's what we're going to talk about today. By the way, if you haven't checked in already, please drop in the city and state that you operate in, because we get a lot of referrals. Or if you're in Canada, the city and province that you work in, we get a lot of referrals. Plus, I want to send some information out. If you're not doing as well as you hope in real estate, if you want to improve, I have a free report, okay? It's called The #1 Reason Real Estate Agents Fail. You can see it's many pages here. We're going to email it to you. If you drop your email address into the comments below, my team will send the report out to you. And this report talks about all the mistakes that I made when I first got into real estate, all the common mistakes that real estate agents make, and then what are the traits of the most successful real estate agents? Okay, let me tell you what those are. #1, they have a unique selling proposition, right? If you were to say to them, hey, why should I choose to do business with you versus all the other agents in town, they could tell you very concisely, here's what I do. Here's what I do. Here's how I operate. This is what makes me different and better. #2, they have unique offers. They offer things that buyers and sellers really, really want. And I'll give you a few examples of those. Things that buyers and sellers really, really want that the buyers and sellers can't go on the internet and find. The problem with what you're doing is everything you're offering, the buyer can go find on their own. What are the new listings? They go to Zillow. What are the property taxes? They can find that out. What are the school districts? They can find that out. All the stuff, all the information that the buyers used to rely on real estate agents to find, they don't need real estate agents to find this. Now, we might be a little bit upset about this, but think about this. Isn't this the way you operate? Honestly, we've got to step out of our own shoes and look at this from the buyer and seller's perspective. If you're going to go buy a car or any, big ticket product or service, you probably start your search online. right? That's what you do. You do an online search. You try to get as much information as you can before, let's say, you walk into the car dealership, right? Perhaps when you walk into the car dealership, you might know more about the vehicle and the colors it comes in and all the upgrades or options. You might know more than the salesperson. The reason is there's a healthy amount of skepticism. Maybe it's not even healthy. There's a lot of skepticism amongst buyers today where they're thinking, well, maybe the car salesperson isn't going to operate in my best interest. Maybe they'll just try to sell me the car where they make the most amount of money, or the car that's easiest for them to sell. Well, they, in a way, think the same thing about real estate agents, right? This is why they want to do as much of this home searching as they possibly can. They're concerned, well, what if the real estate agent only tries to sell me one of their listings or one of their brokerage listings, or the real estate agent is going to try to sell me a home where they make more money, right? Maybe they won't know about all the properties. That's why when you're speaking to buyers, the buyers are often talking to multiple agents or talking to many real estate agents, because the number one fear that the home buyers have is the fear of missing out on a property. So your offer to buyers should be this: hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, not only can I email you the daily updates of all the homes in MLS from all the different real estate companies, which they know they can get on their own, but not only can I do that, but in addition to emailing you the daily updates on MLS of all the homes from all the different real estate companies, I can also get you access to unlisted properties, okay, off-market properties, distress sales, bank foreclosures, vacant homes, and company-owned properties. It's a free service, and you're never obligated to do anything to buy a home. Would that interest you? Now, you might not know how to fulfill that promise. Okay, you're like, well, how do I do that? But you've got to agree. Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree that's a good offer? Just give me that. Do you agree? If you knew how to do this, and I'm not suggesting, you're going to lie or BS people and tell buyers you can do something that you don't know how to do. No, we actually know how to find these properties. And so let me know in the comments, do you think that would be good? If you could offer this, let me repeat it again. Your offer right now, if you're like most agents, your offer right now is, hey, I work hard. I really care about my clients. I've lived in this town for 17 years. I will email you daily updates of all the homes on MLS, so you'll get access to all the new listings. At that point, the buyer could say, yeah, but I can do that myself. You might next say, well, I'm a really good negotiator, and when we find a home that you like, I'm going to go to bat for you. I'm going to negotiate the very best price for you. Except for the buyer today might say, well, wait a minute. Now that I can go onto Zillow and I can see all the houses myself, I can find the house myself, I also can find out who has the property listed. I can find the listing agent, and maybe the buyer's thinking, maybe I can negotiate a better price if I go around you and go directly to the listing agent. That's what the buyers are thinking. So what's happened are all these arguments that you were trained to make in your offer are really not working well at all. But here's the crazy thing about paradigms. Paradigms are habits, right? Now, we all have our own personal habits. Like I'm sure, you've got this morning routine, right? For me, I get up in the morning and I have a shower and I have a coffee, and there's a routine I have. And if people mess with my routine, I don't like that, right? You don't like it when people mess with your routine. Well, that's my personal morning routine, but you also have a business routine, right? There's things that you do every single day. There's things that you do. You do it this way, and that's the way you've always done it, and that's the way you were taught to do it. And the way you do it, this paradigm, this belief system that you have, the way you do it is responsible for the results that you're getting, right? But you say, well, gee, Craig, I'm not really happy with the results that I'm getting. Well, then we need to change the routine. But before we can change the routine, we need to change the paradigm. We need to change the way you think about your real estate business. Okay, so it all starts with improving how you think about your business. If you change how you think about your business, you'll start to change what you do. And of course, when you start to change what you do, you'll change the results that you get. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments below, does that make sense? Does this make sense that a lot of what we do and how we go about business, how we think about business, it's like you didn't invent it. right? You see, paradigms are other people's habits, right? You're letting other people's habits dictate what you do, like how you think and what you do. And really, you're letting other people dictate the results that you get. So this is what happened to me. I realized in year one, I was doing exactly this. I was copying everybody else. I was door knocking, cold calling, sitting in open houses, and I was failing at this. Now, I couldn't afford to fail. I'd already dropped out of college. I dropped out of university. My parents had spotted me through all of this. So I didn't have a plan B. My only plan was I needed to figure out how to make real estate work. Let me know in the comments below, how many of you are in that position where there's no messing around here? Okay, let me know how many of you really need to turn your real estate business around. You need to figure out how to make this work. That's why you need Craig Proctor. Now, I'm not saying you can't figure this out on your own. I'm not saying there aren't a whole bunch of other people giving you advice. I'm just saying I sold over 10,000 homes. I made $4 to $5 million in GCI every single year. I was the top RE/MAX agent in the entire world, not the country, in the entire world for commissions earned. And I've created more millionaire agents, more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach or trainer. So I've got this track record for showing you how to do what I have been successfully doing for a long time and what I've taught to thousands and thousands of other agents. So where does this all start? We got to get your head on right about this. Okay, in a way, remember the movie Men in Black, and they had that little light, and they would shine the light, and the person would forget everything that happened. It would be kind of great if I had one of those lights and I could flash it, and everything that you've been taught about real estate would like vanish, and we could start with a clean slate. Because the hardest part is forgetting about all the stuff they've taught you to do. Remember, that's what's got you into the trouble that you're in right now, right? Your way of thinking and how you go about this, how you think about this and what you do all day long is getting you the results that you're getting. If you want better results, we better start with marketing first, right? You better have a kick-ass offer. You better have an offer. When somebody says, why should I do business with you? What you say better blow them away, right? It better be really, really good. Or they're going to continue to search on their own and talk to, a dozen other real estate agents. Look at your seller offer, for example. Would you like to find out what your home is worth? Right? Or even worse than that, it's your logo and you're saying, spouses selling houses, or you're saying, I'm the top agent here in my town. Look, just because people know who you are doesn't necessarily mean they're going to call you. Right? That's a lie that they tell us, right? Well, go out there and do all this self-promotional stuff, advertise your logo. So I was with RE/MAX, so it'd be a picture of me in the RE/MAX balloon. And they said, Craig, go out in the middle of a field and take a picture. And we're going to say Craig Proctor's number one in his field. And go take a picture next to the broker owner's BMW and look successful. I did all that, but nobody was calling me. Let me prove to you right now, just because you create an awareness, just because people know who you are, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to call you when they're ready. How many of you have had friends and relatives who know you quite well and they bought or sold through another agent? It's hurtful, right? But it wasn't that they didn't know you, they just chose to deal with another real estate agent. So your marketing has to be so good that they not only know who you are, but they want to work with you, and they want to work only with you. Again, if you joined us a little bit late, I've got a free report that I'm offering everybody. If you type your email address into the comments below, we'll send this report out. It's the number one reason agents fail, and most importantly, what to do about it. And you can see there's many pages to this. It's like, how many pages we got here? It's like 20 pages, I think 24 pages. So we're happy to send that out to help you. Now, why would I do this? Because I want to help you. The easiest way for me to prove to you that I can help you is just helping you like I am here today. This didn't cost me anything to do this today or send this information out by email. It will cost me $0, but it could help you. And if I help you, If what I'm saying is making sense, by the way, please smash the like button. Okay, if you've enjoyed this so far, please smash the like button. Give me a thumbs up or maybe a little heart, okay, if this is making sense. Because here's who I am. I'm just a guy that was failing at real estate and I became successful. And when I became successful and I started to share what I was doing with other real estate agents, I realized that what I was doing was working for other people. So that's why I'm here today, to share with you. I was struggling, and then I kind of figured this out, and then I got better and better and better at it. And then when I started sharing what I was doing, the changes that I was making in my real estate business with other real estate agents, they were starting to win as well. Now today, I have members that have been with me for 10, 15, and 20 years. Some of them are making over $1 million every single month in gross commission income. Yeah, $1 million a month. So, $12, $14 million a year. Now, I know they got big teams and all that kind of stuff, but hey, if you were making, say, $10 million a year and you had a team, even if you gave half the money to your team, if you made 10 million, you gave 5 million to them, you're still making $5 million and they're doing all the work. How many of you would be interested in that? So that's what I started to do. When I really had the marketing working well, the first mistake I made, it's probably the same thing that you did, is I tried to do it all by myself. I didn't want to split any of the money. I was a young guy. I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids. So I just poured myself into my real estate career. And I'm working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. Well, before you know it, all I'm doing is sleeping and working, right? Going through the drive-through. I couldn't work any harder. Now, I sold 150 homes in my second year. So the first year was like under 10 homes. Second year, 150 by myself. And then I started to grow a team. And when I started to grow my team, there was no limit to how big my business could go, right? So pretty soon we do 300 transactions, 400 transactions, 500 transactions. And I was able to do that for 25 years. That explains my longevity. Think about this. If you're killing yourself right now to get the results that you're getting, guess what? That's not duplicatable, right? Working dawn to dusk, 7 days a week is not duplicatable. But when I started to grow my team, I was selling 300, 400, 500 homes a year. Because it didn't take so much from me, it was duplicatable, right? If you could figure out how to make a lot of money and without killing yourself, you could repeat that. That's duplicatable. You could repeat it over and over and over again. So what we teach real estate agents is all about leverage, right? How do you leverage yourself? First, with the right kind of marketing. What is your unique selling proposition? If a seller called you today and said, hey, we're interviewing you and a couple of other agents, what do you do that's different? What do you got for us? If you start talking about, here's the RE/MAX balloon and I've lived in this town for 17 years and I really care about you. Of course, that's what the other agents are saying, except for they don't work at RE/MAX. They work at Century 21 and they care about their clients. You've got to have some big stuff where the buyers and sellers go, wow, how do you do that? Right? So we do this with performance guarantees. We do this by offering unique services that other real estate agents don't offer. We do this by eventually having better statistics than the other real estate agents. And when you lay all this out, you've got this really awesome presentation. So we take all these unique things that we teach you, and the first thing that does is it gets buyers and sellers to call you. Okay, I don't want to say that calling prospects is dead, but calling prospects is pretty much dead, right? You guys tell me, if you were to call 1,000 Zillow leads, how many of them would you actually speak to? How many would you get on the phone? And when you do get them on the phone, they're like, I'm in the middle of something. I don't know why you're calling. I didn't actually make this request. Somebody was playing with my phone. So that is hard. You should want to replace difficult with easy. Trust me on this. My way is the easy way. Continuing to do it your way is the difficult way. And I know because I've done it your way. I'm not talking about something I've never done. And I feel for you. And that's why I want to help you here today. You see, I'm making a pretty good presentation here today, but this is one of the things that I would teach you to do. Now, why am I doing this? Let's think about why I'm doing this. Number one, it didn't cost me any money at all to create this presentation or to send out the information, the booklet on the number one reason real estate agents fail. All of this cost me $0. So I have my time invested, but no money invested. Now, some of you will eventually become clients of Craig Proctor. Here's why. When you watch my stuff, Facebook pixels you. Okay, you've been pixeled. So you're going to start to see me. You've probably already noticed you start to see me all over the place. Well, let's do that with your clients. Imagine I provided helpful information to you today, right? So some of you are hearing me from the very first time, and you're like, okay, I either like Craig or I don't like Craig. But assuming you like my style and you think, well, Craig Proctor is somebody that knows what they're doing, and he's somebody that can help me. And you start to see me all the time, and every time that you see me, I'm helping you. I'm not asking anything of you. I'm helping you. I'm giving you more helpful information. Why don't we do that for you in your marketplace? Right? Think of all the information that buyers and sellers want to know about buying and selling, and you know the answers, right? This isn't things that you don't know about, because a lot of people are like, well, what do I say in the video? Well, we can give you some ideas to talk about, but you don't have a problem when you show up at a listing appointment or you meet with a buyer. You're not all weirded out, right? It's just because you're on a camera, right? You don't need any expensive equipment, by the way. Just use your smartphone. That's it. Use your smartphone. I'm on a desktop right now, but I use a smartphone. And think of all the great things that we could educate buyers and sellers on. So buyers and sellers, number one, they know who you are. And imagine if you said this to the buyer. If you said, hey, are you frustrated with looking at the houses on MLS? You can't really find the right home. Would you like to also get access to unlisted and off-market homes, bank foreclosures, distress sales, company-owned homes? Do you know that some of the best houses don't even make it to the open market? If you'd like to get access to unavailable homes, they're not on the open market, please call me or text me, right? So the call to action is to call or text. Okay, if you could say to sellers, instead of saying, would you like to know what your house is worth? What if you said, hey, if you'd like to know what you're going to net in your pocket after all the expenses, right? That's different. The most important number to the seller is what they're going to net in their pocket, not necessarily what their house is going to sell for. If you'd like to know what you're going to net in your pocket, and also I could give you inexpensive tips on what to do and what not to do when preparing your home for sale to help you sell your home for at least $10,000 more. Now, most of you do those things anyway, right? That's something you would do when you're at the seller's house. You would go through a net sheet. You would give them advice on staging the furniture, painting, neutralizing, a little bit of landscaping. But you see, the problem is you do these wonderful things at the appointment, like after you meet with them. I want you to use these great things that you do ahead of time. I want you to use these great things as a way to get the appointments, not just something you do at the appointment. Understand? So we coach you up on these great offers. Now, here's what happens, and this is what will amaze you. All of a sudden, this starts to work, and you get people calling you, and they say things like, hey, like they feel like they know you. They see you on video. They feel like they know you. You're making offers they want, and you're going to know it works right away because people are calling you. Right now, you don't have a lot of people calling you. Maybe past clients, sphere of influence, but mostly you don't have a great way to attract strangers. That's what I came up with. You see, I came up with a way to get strangers to know who I am and to contact me. I didn't have to chase them. And this is how I became the top RE/MAX agent in the world, became really, really good at making unique offers to compel buyers and sellers to come to me. Now, if that was true for you, if we can work together and I can show you how to get buyers and sellers to call you or to text you, and these are real buyers and sellers, would that help your business? Okay, now once we get that up and going, then we have to have a proper follow-up system, right? We got to follow, because not everyone that calls you today is ready to buy or sell today. They might be 2 weeks out or a month or two out. So we have a nurture sequence that we send out by email and text message. So there's certain things that we do after people call in to automate the follow-up. And then we have really good presentation systems. Because let's face it, you could take it that far. You could generate the lead, they call you, you follow up with them, and now you're at their house and you're trying to get their listing and they're speaking to 2 or 3 other agents. We want to make sure that you win the listing. Your listing presentation has to be so good that it's a no-brainer for the seller, that the seller is like, I want to list my home with you and only you. And your fee isn't even important, right? That's when you know you've got a great listing presentation, is when they want to work with you and only you, and they're even willing to pay you more money than the other real estate agents that they're speaking to. How many of you are interested in this? Let me know if you found this helpful today. Okay, type into comments, have you learned something today? You find this helpful? And again, if you haven't dropped in your email address, we'll get this report out to you. It's really, really good. It talks about all the mistakes I made, the mistakes that most agents make, and most importantly, how to overcome those mistakes so you start to become way more successful in real estate without actually not having to work any harder. The hardest year I worked in real estate was the first year. It's also financially the worst year I ever had. Ironic, right? The hardest I ever worked in real estate in my real estate career was year number 1, which was the year where I made the least amount of money. The year that I made the most amount of money, I worked the less. I worked the least amount of time. I put the least amount of time into it. So that's a paradigm that many of us have, right? Like we're brought up, well, if you want to make more, it means you got to work harder. You got to trade more of your time. Well, that's not true. How do you explain all these top real estate agents all over the country that sell hundreds and hundreds of houses and you're working harder than them, right? So all I want you to say today is maybe there's something I need to learn. Maybe the old paradigm, maybe all the stuff they taught me, maybe this business routine that you have is just not going to get you the results that you want. And what you want to do is learn about other alternative methods to make more money and have a more enjoyable career. Now, I do have something else that's free for you. All of you can book a free call with me and my team. Okay, it's called a breakthrough call. It's not a sales call, where we actually would ask you questions about your business and we give you for free, for $0, our advice on what you should implement to help you do better in your real estate career. Again, why would I do that? If I help you and I demonstrate that I'm somebody that can really help you, you probably will maybe be a client of mine one day. And if not, that's okay. I helped you, you got some great stuff. And if I'm not for you, you go in a different direction. But if you'd like to book a free business breakthrough call, if someone could type into the comments below, proctorconsult.com, no space. So Proctor, my last name, consult.com. So proctorconsult.com. That's a clickable link. If you go there, you're going to go to my Acuity Day Timer, pick a day and a time that works for you, and let's jump on a Zoom. We'll jump on a Zoom because we want to show you things. We want to get to know who you are. Now, there is no downside to any of this. There's no downside to ordering the free report on the number 1 reason that real estate agents fail and how to fix your business. There's certainly no downside to jumping on a Zoom call with us. You've already been pixeled. Now, I don't know who you are, but Facebook knows who you are. So that means you'll start to see my stuff because I can take this presentation here and I can push this out tomorrow to 300,000 real estate agents that have been watching my presentations. But you can do this too. In fact, we could take everybody in your town, upload those contacts into Facebook, every homeowner. We can get that information of everyone that owns a home in any neighborhood or any community. We can upload that in a custom audience inside of Facebook, and we can help you create helpful instructional videos to anybody that wants to buy or sell a house. Of course, nobody's going to watch these videos unless they're actually selling a house or they're buying a home. Just like right now, let's see, we are into this now for a while, and you're still watching it. Now, if you weren't a real estate agent or you didn't find this compelling, you wouldn't be watching this right now. Make sense? So we're going to produce great content. We're going to push it out to your community. People are going to know who you are, what you do. We're going to make these amazing offers that set you apart. Now, we're offering things that buyers and sellers really want. And the new call to action is going to be you saying, call me or text me at this number. Forget calling hundreds and hundreds of cold leads or Zillow leads. That's a dead strategy. We need to go directly to the marketplace, get people to know who you are, understand what makes you different and better, and make these very unique offers so buyers and sellers start contacting you. Now, they might not call you the first time they see you, right? They're going to start to see you all over the place. That's what retargeting is all about. And it's very, very inexpensive to do this. So this video here, I can send this out tomorrow to 300,000 real estate agents for about 2 pennies a piece. Very, very inexpensive. So let me know in the comments, does this make sense? Does this strategy make sense? Or are we going to stick with what they told us to do? Who told you to do this? How many homes did they sell last year? Right? That's the problem. And there's a lot of coaches out there that have never actually sold real estate, or they sold real estate a long, long time ago, or maybe they never sold real estate at all. Get yourself a good coach, whether it's me or somebody else. Do not walk around coachless. Everything that you want to do in real estate's already been successfully done by me and the thousands of successful realtors that I've been coaching for a long, long time. All you have to say today is maybe. Order the free report, or more importantly, book the breakthrough call. Okay, go to proctorconsult.com and book your breakthrough call, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much for watching this. Don't forget to smash the like button or give me a little heart. And if you haven't checked in, let me know the city and marketplace you're in so we can add you to our referral list, because we get lots of referrals here in Craig Proctor Nation. We're always looking for good agents to refer these clients to. So thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Take care.